John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Curious about what US President Donald Trump has been up to in his first month back in the Oval Office? Well, hold on tight because it's been a wild ride already. From mass firings to mass deportations to eyebrow raising foreign policy moves, it's safe to say Trump is back and he's making waves faster than you can say the word tariffs. Let's dive into the chaos, the controversy, and yes, of course, Elon Musk's surprise cameo.
Okay?
When Trump got back to the White House, he didn't waste a single second. Forget easing into the office, he kicked things off by signing a slew of executive orders. Some were just a continuation of his Make America Great Again agenda, while others were more about undoing everything his predecessors had done. Classic Trump, right? He's been busy reversing policies on everything from healthcare to the environment, and you can bet they have caused some serious headaches for both allies and critics alike. If there was a gold medal for executive orders, Trump would have it by now, whether you agree with his actions or not. The return of mass deportations, obviously. Trump's signature immigration policy is back with a vengeance. Immigration raids are underway in multiple states, and the administration is ramping up its efforts to remove undocumented immigrants. We are talking about a lot of people being sent packing, just as Trump promised during his first term. The reaction has been predictable, of course. Human rights groups are raising alarms. Governments, such as like in India, have been raising alarm, but Trump is doubling down for sure. After all, America first means America's borders come first, right? And for many, this move was as expected as build the wall chant at a Trump rally. If you thought that the tariff war was over, think again. Trump's back at it, slapping tariffs on foreign imports with the same energy he brought to the 5 a.m. Twitter rant. New tariffs are targeting China and Europe with the goal of protecting American businesses. Sounds simple, right? Well, not quite. These moves have sparked immediate tensions with trade partners, and economists are on the edge. Will it hurt consumers? Will it cause supply chain nightmares? Only time will tell, but for now, the tariff drama with Canada and Mexico is alive and kicking, and the clock is ticking. And honestly, it's like watching a slow motion train wreck. Just when you thought that things couldn't get more controversial, Trump turned his attention to Gaza. In a jaw-dropping statement, he suggested that the United States should take over Gaza and transform it into something like the Riviera of the Middle East. Yep, you heard that right. The plan? Essentially, evict Palestinians and take full control of the region. If that doesn't scream global controversy, I don't know what does. While Trump insists that the United States wouldn't need to purchase Gaza, he certainly seems to think it's up for grabs. Global leaders and human rights groups have unsurprisingly not been thrilled with this idea, but hey, Trump's always had a way of making waves, hasn't he? When it comes to international relations, Trump's never been shy about shaking things up. His first month has been no different, especially when it comes to Russia and Ukraine. While the rest of the world has mostly condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Trump has maintained a stance that's, well, let's say, unconventional. Trump's comments have often seemed more in line with Moscow rather than Kyiv, with recently Trump slamming Volodymyr Zelensky on multiple occasions. And some observers are left scratching their heads wondering if his administration for Putin is still as strong as ever. Meanwhile, Ukraine continues to fight for survival while Trump has unsurprisingly stuck to his America First script, showing little interest in taking sides with Kyiv. Moreover, he also had a slew of global leaders visiting him from Israel, India, Jordan, and of course, Japan. Okay, now this is where things get really wild. If you thought Trump was done making bold moves, think again. He proposed renaming the Gulf of Mexico and wait for it, taking control of Panama, Greenland, and parts of Canada. Yes, seriously. The Panama Canal, Trump suggested that the US should just take it over. And seriously, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio visited Panama Canal. Greenland, he famously tried to buy it before, but now he's apparently just thinking of annexing it. And Canada, well, why not throw a little bit of that into the mix too? While these ideas are more likely to go the way of his buy Greenland stunt, they sure do make for some entertaining headlines. And here's a plot twist you didn't see coming, or maybe you saw it coming. Elon Musk, the Tesla and SpaceX mogul, has found his way into Trump's orbit once again. Whether it's helping with space exploration or giving advice on social media or on foreign relations, Musk's involvement in the Trump administration is one of those odd pairings that makes you wonder what's going on behind closed doors. Seriously, if you told me a few years ago that Trump and Musk would be making decisions together, I would have said, nah, that's a sci-fi plot. But here we are. It's Musk and Trump everywhere. If you think Trump's first month has been all talk and no action, think again. He's been making some serious staffing changes, including a slew of mass firings thanks to the Department of Government Efficiency. It's like The Apprentice, but with real life consequences. Many loyal staff members of the federal government have been shown the door, while new, untested faces have been brought in. Some are calling it a purge, others are calling it reshuffling. Either way, it's definitely keeping Washington on the edge. Trump's been busy making waves in the LGBTQ plus community too, particularly when it comes to transgender rights. He's rolled back several Obama-era protections, including limiting healthcare access and removing anti-discrimination policies. Unsurprisingly, advocacy groups have erupted in the protest, and the issue is heating up in the courts. For example, he has banned transgenders in the US military. It's a classic Trump move: stand firm, face backlash, and then move on to the next big controversy. But for many, these decisions are more than just policy shifts. They are life-changing for vulnerable communities. And finally, we arrive at Trump's continued pullback from global agreements. The US is officially out of the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Agreement, and various United Nations agencies such as the UNRWA and the UNHRC. These actions, which are part of his America First agenda yet again, have been met with sharp criticism worldwide. But hey, it's all about putting America first, right? In Trump's world, if the rest of the world doesn't want to play by his rules, well, he's not afraid to pack his bags and leave. Who needs climate change agreements or even health initiatives when you can just do it all yourself, right? So there you have it, folks. Trump's first month in the White House after his return has been nothing short of dramatic. Between mass firings, global tantrums, and strange policy proposals, it's clear that Trump's second term will be just as chaotic as his first. But with every move, one thing is certain: he's not slowing down. The question now is, can the rest of the world keep up? Stay tuned for more of this political roller coaster, and don't forget to buckle up. It's going to be one heck of a ride with Donald Trump in the White House.